Hello everyone, this is MoMusiXran, and today I'm going to talk about basically what is the system in Sora no Seki is like. Anyway, I'll show the whole menu right here. This is just a summary of what your points will be and what rank you are, etc. But we'll not go into those today because that's not important. The only thing I'm going to show you is basically the spells right here. The spells, they listed all from weakest to strongest. And the fact that this is how many crystals, or rather you have to equip in order to use said spells right here. But I'll let you know, this is the earth element right here, the earth spell right here. So I don't need to explain what all these does anyway, because I might go through some of them in battle later on. So I'm just going to show you off what each of the spell categories will look like right now. And this is the water section right here, and you notice it's a lot more compared to the earth one. Fire gets probably nerfed a little bit in terms of spells, but whatever. Fire right here, and they actually combine the fire and wind together. I don't know why they did that, but say page space? That's weird. Also, this fourth page will be wind and I would say probably time ornament, I think it was, if I remember correctly. And the last one is I forgot what this. I forgot what this is. Sky ornament, and this one is can't remember what the white one is, but it's pretty good anyway. And here's the list of orbments you can get in the whole game, to be honest. So here we go. Right here. I'm not really spoiling anything, to be honest, because technically the game actually spoils it for you regardless if you look at it from the prologue or not. If you check all these things out before you play the actual game, then yeah, you almost know almost everything, to be honest. Okay, when's that? Times that, and let's see, these ones are... okay, all the special types of orbs. Okay. Yes, that's it. As for combat, I'll explain a little bit more into depth in battle later. And this is what you can get from battle sometimes, these little crystals too. But it's random depending on which character gives what, or monster. These ones right here, I'll describe it later on when I talk about the orbments, how you place the orbs, to be honest. Each character has their own type of placement. Or rather, it'll show it like this. This is a, let's just say this is a basic one. The first orb will go here, the rest will go like that. Basically, lines that depends on how much is, I don't know how to say it correctly, but this grouped together. Group 1 and Group 2. Yellow one is Group 1, and blue line is Group 2. They're both separate lines, so if you want the strong spells, say like, let's go back to... Alright, let's say you want the last one, the Gaia Shield. Basically, you need 16 Earth and 15 Sky orbs. So how would you do that is a good question. Because technically, right here, you only get 3 lines, right? So you have to make sure you get within Group 1, 15 Earth and... no wait, 16 Earth and 15 in Sky. Then you can use that spell. If you cannot do that, then you have to use some other orbs to get weaker spells, or set up for something you would like. That's the problem right there. Now for craft is simple. I'll explain that in combat. The S break moves, even it explains right here anyway. You can't use your special move if it's under 0 to 99, so you have to use it only at 100 or at 200. 100 is the basic super move, but the 200 at CP will give you a slightly stronger move than the first one right here. So if you like to do special attacks a lot, try to go for this if you can to do more damage. But sometimes it could vary on situation per battle. And as for this, they introduced something called the chain art, or chain craft. Basically, the first person will use 20 CP to activate it. The second person, if you want to link it to, will cost 30. And the more people you have will cost more and more. But the damage output, or rather the damage multiplier, will go higher. So 2 people, you get 1.1 damage multiplier, 3 is 1.2, 4 is 1.3 damage multiplier. So if you use chain craft attacks a lot, then this will be good for you to use, to be honest. But I don't use it that much anyway. But each person you add on adds a slightly one more attack each time. So the damage could add up later on, if you think about it. As for combat situations, when you play in battle, sometimes random factors like these 6 will show up. This, personally, in my opinion, it's either these, the HP heal, strength up, or critical, or CP up. Those are my favorites if they ever show up in combat. I like to try to get them as quickly as possible. But the one thing you do not want the enemies to have is either HP heal or strength up or critical. If they do that, you get screwed royally. From HP to strength up, it's understandable. You understand how much percentage you get. It's either 10% to 50%. So these are all easy. Damage is 10% to 50%. Yeah, you get that. Critical will always be 1.5 damage multiplier, always. Also, to let you know, if you're blind and you have a critical, your critical will actually hit the guy instead. So even if you're blind, you can use this to your advantage. This is to get more of the gems if you kill the guys or whatever. But technically use this on Shining Palms to level them up to get more of those gems. They work for a lot, but it's quite hard to get it a lot, depending on what move you use to generate a lot. As for status effects, these are quite simple. Poison, you get poison damage, of course. This is paralyzation, or paralyze. And if you're paralyzed, you cannot attack, use your craft or super break attack. Now for blind, you're really sucky with blind. So if you have this, you better focus on arts instead for magic, because your physical attacks will miss a lot. Sleep is simple. You take more damage if you go to sleep. This is dizzy. Technically in this game, dizzy can be a real pain because they don't tell you how long you're dizzy for. Sometimes it can last up to 3 turns, or sometimes it can last up to 10 turns or more if you're unlucky. And let's see, this is confused. Yes, if you're confused, basically your character is confused. It will attack anyone or the enemy, but it's random every time. Freeze, on the other hand, you can move, but you still take freeze damage, so that's it. Stone. This is one hell of a status effect. If you're stoned, okay, first attack, you get stoned, right? You're fine with that, but the second attack, if they attack the stone person, you're dead. So try to get out of the stone situation if you can. If not, you're dead anyway. This one is blocking your magic attack, so I don't remember what name is this, but it blocks your arts. So if you have this, you're relying on physical attacks, or you can still use your items. That's good. This one, on the other hand, is just provoke the enemy to attack you. This one is very lovely. This blocks all the attacks, magic or physical defense, or even super break moves, which is nice. But you can only use it, as it says here, you can only have one applied to you at a time. So that means you cannot stack it up. If you stack it up, that's stupid. It won't work. This one, if you're 0, you're fainted, so you're pretty much out of the battle. But you can revive yourself with these following items right here. Just remember that. These are stats go either up or down. You would know strength up, defense down, magic defense down, speed up, speed down, movement down, agility up for dodging. That's pretty simple right here. As for this one, this is simple. Basically, if it's 0, then they take 0 damage from the attack of the element. If it's 100, their defenses are normal, so they take normal damage. If they're about 200 plus, they take 2 times the damage from this. So, always pay attention to your enemy's elemental defense. If you know which one's weak, use that to abuse it. That's all I can say. Recipes, I don't need to go into depth in that. No. Fishing is a minigame, I don't need to go in depth. This is your bracer rank. Well, let's just say you start at the bottom right here, G level. So as you go higher and higher, you get more items or orbs, to be honest. So they practically list out what you will get per rank. So if you do lots of side quests in this game, you get all the following of this. Sometimes it's easy to get to rank A or rank B, but sometimes you can screw up royally. So you try to do your best and get to rank 8 if you can to get everything. Don't need to explain this because this is boring. And I don't need to explain this since we're not gonna go through the game, like through all the talking sequence. So pretty much I think I explained almost everything. If you are confused or anything, let's just hope that I explained it even clearer in the following battles. If not, just list in the comments below if you would like to see certain types of spells or whatnot. Just be sure to tell me which one you want to see and list the crystals that's needed for each spell that you want. Otherwise, I'll just use the ones I'm familiar with most of the time and go on from there. And technically, yeah, I forgot to mention. Oh yeah, I might as well show a little something then. Hold on. There we go, Orbit. Let's see. Okay, Estelle was shown the picture like this, so therefore this is how her Group 1 and Group 2 will look like. So if you want the spells, then you need to equip higher orbs. As for these bars right here, you see there was 1 bar and 2 bar, right? Lower orbs cost 1 bar, but the best ones cost 2 bars each. So if you unlock them more, you can use more magic. Simple as that. Anyway, so this ends the video right here. So until then, we'll see you guys next time in the actual battles.